So today I have a mini book to share with you, or a mini album. I don't make mini albums, but I decided one day that I wanted to because I was scrapbooking and I came across a bunch of pictures of like old boyfriends and stuff like that, and I didn't really want to put them throughout my scrapbooks. So I put most of them in one book. And most of you know that I'm single and happy that way and have been for 20 years now, 21 years, yeah, 21 years now. And so love is not at all on my radar, and it's just kind of not my thing. So I called my book Cat's Love Stinks book. And the reason I named it that was because my friend Megan sent me this Love Stinks stamp, so I embossed it in pink, and that was what I decided to name my book. And then I put a little broken heart. And I used this, I used the, oh, what was the name of that collection? I think it's a crepe paper Valentine's collection for the pages, but I used this trim stuff right here that I've had for years. Finally, I've been like hoarding it for years and years, and I finally used it. And then to make the pages, Megan told me how to do it. And if you want to know how I did it, let me know and I'll tell you. I'll have to look up my notes because I don't remember offhand because it's been a while since I made this. But anyway, I just thought I'd flip through the pages and show you. It's not fancy or anything because, like I said, I'm not a mini album maker. But here we go. So it starts out when I was really young, and this is my very first boyfriend. So I put on this side, let's see, on this side I put my first boyfriend, and then I put some journaling in a little pocket here, and I made this pocket out of paper from the collection, and then this little heart from, or this little sweetheart card from Jelly Bean Soup, and a chipboard heart. And then there's some pictures of him. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole page. There's some pictures of him, and then there's a metal heart, and it has the year in 1985. Yeah, the tender age of 15. And then this was another boyfriend. His name was Sean, and I did some journaling about him, and a little flare button, and then another one of those Jelly Bean Soup cards. This was George. We used to call him Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie. Kissed the girls and made them cry. We used to tease him all the time and say that. He was a skateboarder who had a Jeep, and I thought that was like really cool because I was 16. Or let's see, yeah, 16 or 17. And then I used one of my little cameras that are made of cork. I stamped it on the cork and cut it out, so I used that. And that's another one of George and me. This is how young I was. Well, gotta love the hairdo. So I used some little resin sparklies up here, and I did some journaling down here. And that's a piece of chipboard. And then this is Scott. This is another boy. And I used a die cut from my silhouette. It says Snap Happy, if you can see that. And a little mustache, and then a little XOXO ticket, and just some little tidbits here and there. And this is Bobby, and this, I met him in spring break of '88, and I actually ended up going to Wisconsin and staying with him for a summer. And I had met him right after he had competed in the Mr. Wisconsin bodybuilding thing, contest thing, you know. And these are some pictures. These are pictures of him when I met him. And this picture is funny. He had been training for a long time for the Mr. Wisconsin, and then when he was done training, he was like pigging out. So this is him with a whole armful of little Debbies, which I thought was funny, so I kept that picture. So then I did some journaling about him, and then I put another one of those little tags. He broke my heart. He was like the first boy to break my heart. So I put a little broken, or a little heartbeat flare and a heartbreaker tag thing there. And then there's Sean. He was my boyfriend for a while, and then we broke up, and then we ended up getting back together and living together, and we almost got married. This is him when I met him. And I came home one day and found him in my frilly white nightgown and asked him what he was doing in it, and he said, I missed you. And I called my mom and I said, Mom, I just came home and Sean's in my frilly white nightgown and I don't know what to do. And she said, pack your stuff and get out of there. So I packed my stuff and we broke up, and that was that. And I haven't talked to him since. So this was him in college. He went to the University of Ohio, or Ohio State. I don't know if there's a difference. This is a wall of beer cans that I guess he had in his dorm room. And that's a picture of us with my dad's parrot. I don't remember what year that was, but that was when we lived in Loxahatchee, Florida. And then this was my first serious love, like, you know. His name was Bryce Walters, and I met him in church, and he turned out not to be such a good guy after all, but anyway. So that was 1988. And these are just some more pictures of us and some of our friends from church. And that was us at Lake Eola. These are just some miscellaneous pictures of him. This is a picture of me and his sister. Yes, I was that skinny, believe it or not. And that was, oh wait, there's more of him. So then there's some more pictures. And that's him. This guy was really cool. He was a friend of mine. His name was Boomer. Well, his nickname was Boomer. That's what we called him. So I put Boomer in here with a couple little hearts. And he was from Orlando, Florida. Or not Orlando, what was that called? Pine Hills, which is in Orlando. And then this was really funny. This was like a one-night stand that I had once. Probably shouldn't be saying that on camera. But I went to a beach party in Daytona for spring break. And a friend of mine, Goody, and I went, and we were dancing. There was a band, a live band on the beach at one of the bars, and we were dancing, and so she snapped this picture of me, and then I snapped this picture of this guy. I can't remember his name. I mean, it's horrible, but I was, you know, I was 18 or something, so I just can't remember his name. I do remember he was from Chicago, and that's all I remember. But I got the picture of him, and I saved it for some reason, so I put him in the book. And then this was a little boy that I met. His name was Chris, and I met him in Orlando, and I went out with him for a while. It didn't last very long because he went in the Navy. This was my friend Goody from the beach. I didn't put this in the right order because I couldn't find the picture until later, and then I had already put this in here. And the problem with a mini album is if you don't have all your photos and you find one later, you can't put it where it's supposed to go. I guess I could make like some kind of insert or something, but I don't know. I don't really know how to do that. So that was my friend Goody. This was a guy that I worked for at a law firm. He was a paralegal. And this is us in his hammock. He had a hammock in his living room. I don't know why, but I forget his last name, but his name was Matt. And these are just some funny pictures that I snapped of him. And I thought he was hot, so I put hottie. And that is the end of my book. I didn't put any of my grown-up boyfriends in there, like from 21 and past, because they were more serious relationships. These were like just fun relationships, you know. So that's my Love Stinks book. I have pictures of like serious boyfriends and my two husbands, and I am not ready to scrapbook those yet. So those are just kind of sitting in Ziploc bags. All those pictures are in Ziploc bags somewhere. But I thought this was kind of fun. And this is my first mini album. Well, actually it's my second. I made one years ago for my mom, but it's my first one in a very long time. So, and that's the back. And I put my little stamp, says created by Cat on it. So anyway, I hope you got a laugh out of this. I know I did making it. It was fun. I have a couple process videos that are really old, and I just found them on my laptop, and so I'm going to do some voiceovers, and I'll be uploading those this week. So today is Friday, probably this weekend. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will talk to you soon. Bye.